With the unexpected and terrifying war that is happening between Russia and Ukraine, Elon Musk is to the rescue for Ukraine, without weapons or artilleries, but in space. And why is this so? Watch this video until the end on how activating Starlink satellites for Ukraine could help its people and government. So, this is Elon Musk's way of support for Ukraine, so make sure to stay tuned. Welcome to Elon Musk Era. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our upcoming videos about Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and more. In response to a tweet from Ukraine's Vice Prime Minister, billionaire Elon Musk is bringing a vital asset to the country. As a result, SpaceX's CEO, Elon Musk, activated his satellite broadband service called Starlink, re-enabling internet access for Ukraine after parts of the country, including Kyiv, were left without it. Additionally, several technology giants are now blocking users from viewing Russian state-run media content on their platforms, including Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And many parts of the international airspace are off-limits as well. Additionally, you can see flights disrupted due to the European Union shutting down Russian airlines, as well as Canada. There are pictures all over social media platforms demonstrating the impact of this ban. Furthermore, FedEx and UPS have halted shipments to and from Russia as well. Moreover, there is a protest in the United States where Americans have been pouring out Russian vodka. Aside from this, a total of 5 states have banned sales of the liquor, including Ohio, where Governor Mark DeWine attended a church service after declaring it as a day of prayer for Ukraine. According to him, Putin is a thug, and he should be punished. Moreover, Russian airline Aeroflot announced that it was canceling all flights to the European Union until further notice due to being shut out of the European airspace. So, what's the news about Elon Musk rescuing Ukraine? Make sure to stay tuned as we are giving you the latest update about the ongoing war, but hopefully, the recent call for a peace talk will be successful. In response to Vladimir Putin's threats, Elon Musk announced the company SpaceX would save the International Space Station if Russia cuts it off from orbit. Activating the Starlink satellites to grant access to the internet to Ukrainians was made by the space chief just hours earlier. Amid widespread condemnation of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Dmitry Rogozin took to Twitter to warn that Russian expertise and technology are necessary to keep the ISS in orbit and prevent it from crashing into US or Europe. So, Dmitry Rogozin tweeted last February 25th stating, "If you block cooperation with us, who will save the ISS from an uncontrolled deorbit and fall into the United States and Europe?" And Elon, as bold enough as he is, answered Rogozin's tweet with a universe image and the big word SpaceX. So Elon replied with SpaceX. Furthermore, when the Twitter user asked Musk if SpaceX would prevent the ISS from falling onto Earth, Musk responded affirmatively, yes. In addition to this, Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, also replied to another tweet depicting the International Space Station without the Russia segment and with the SpaceX Dragon attached in its place. Moreover, Musk tweeted, "Good thread." Musk has also responded to the Vice Prime Minister of Ukraine, Mikhailo Fedorov, who requested that he provide satellite internet access to the embattled nation. So Fedorov tweeted, "At Elon Musk, while you try to colonize Mars, Russia tries to occupy Ukraine. While your rockets successfully land from space, Russian rockets are attacking Ukrainian civil people. We ask you to provide Ukraine with Starlink stations and to address sane Russians to stand." In response to this, Musk announced on February 26th via a tweet that Starlink service has been activated throughout Ukraine after the invasion caused internet service disruptions in the country. So this is Musk's exact response. Starlink service is now active in Ukraine, more terminals en route. Moreover, his plea came after 3 days of Russian rocket attacks on Ukraine had left much of the country without an internet connection. Additionally, local officials in the area strongly advocate that locals remain connected to combat Russian propaganda and to share stories about the atrocities committed by Russian troops on behalf of Vladimir Putin. With this being said, it's great that Elon Musk has stepped up to rescue Ukraine's network problem amid this increasingly bitter war. But in case you were not yet familiar with how Elon Musk's Starlink works, well, as part of SpaceX's effort to bring internet access to underserved areas of the world, Starlink is designed to bring internet access to areas with limited access. But wait, there's more. Fedorov also urged Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Netflix, and Google to block Russian accounts on Saturday, February 26th. In addition, they asked Netflix for assistance, asking them to block Russian content on Netflix and shutting off access to Russian content. Adding to that, he said that they believe they are concerned that we should stop this disgraceful bloody battle. So, in his Twitter post, he stated that as Ukraine continues to face air attacks and ground assaults from Russian forces, the country has also suffered cyber attacks on its internet infrastructure. Following a cyber attack, which also affected some of the country's banks, the Foreign Ministry, Cabinet of Ministers, and Parliament websites in Ukraine went down for several hours on Wednesday, February 23rd. As we have known that in the following day, Russia began its own assault on its western neighbor after Russian President Vladimir Putin declared a war, saying that he planned to demilitarize and displace the Ukrainian population under the pretense that he was in self-defense. And in the early hours of February 27th, Sunday, 2 Ukrainian cities were struck by bombs fired by the Russian military as Vladimir Putin escalated his invasion, after it was claimed that his army has been said to be frustrated with the lack of progress they are making. Additionally, a local newspaper, the Kyiv Independent, reported that an oil depot in Vasilkiv, a city located about 40 kilometers southwest of Kyiv, close to a major airport, was destroyed. There was also an explosion of a gas pipeline in Kharkiv, which lies near the Russian border in eastern Ukraine. There was also video footage of a mushroom cloud filling the sky over the city as flames spread from a shattered fuel line. With this, witnesses screamed with shock as the ball of fire launched into the sky. The Ukrainian TV station broadcast footage of flames and black clouds billowing into the sky as fuel burned at the site of the attack on Vasilkiv. Moreover, in the California town of Hawthorne, SpaceX has closed on close to 2,000 Starlink satellites orbiting the Earth at an altitude of 340 miles. Another scenario that Musk was there to rescue is when this free high-speed internet service offered by Elon Musk's satellite venture connected villages cut off by a recent volcanic eruption and tsunami to the remote villages in Tonga. Therefore, it may not be completely out of the question that the Ukrainian people will be able to have something similar set up quickly. In this way, satellites are capable of beaming large amounts of information to any part of the globe without the need for fiber optic cables. Moreover, Fedorov wrote on Twitter in 2022, "Modern technologies are one of the best responses to tanks, rockets, and missiles. I've addressed the biggest tech giants to support the sanctions for the Russian Federation. We ask them to help us stop this outrageous aggression on our people." By the end of February, a total of 2,142 Starlink satellites have been launched since the first couple was launched in February 2018. However, many of those satellites have failed or have been decommissioned while in orbit. Meanwhile, for its Starlink project, SpaceX has even grander plans. This is because the company has already asked the government for permission to build a second-generation mega-constellation containing 30,000 satellites. The Russian Space Agency abandons its planned launch from the European spaceport, and Russia has suspended cooperation with European launch officials and plans to withdraw its personnel from the main European spaceport. In a Twitter post on February 26, Saturday morning, Dmitry Rogozin, head of Russia's main space corporation, announced that the move was in response to sanctions placed on the country by the European Union. This is in response to Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. The United States, Europe, and several other nations around the world imposed significant sanctions. Despite this, the Russian decision puts the European Union in some sort of bind. It is not possible to launch the Galileo and Copernicus satellites with Europe's small Vega rockets. In addition, the continent's heavy lift vehicle, the Ariane 5, has been replaced with a more efficient and cost-effective Ariane 6. Although all of the remaining Ariane 5 launches have been reserved, the Ariane 6 will probably not become operational until 2023. Therefore, it is unclear what steps Europe might take in the interim if it needs to launch a Galileo or Copernicus satellite quickly. Perhaps only the United States-based company, SpaceX, has the spare capacity to launch such a mission. Europe would probably not support a competitor in its institutional launch industry, however. So, this would make Elon Musk a potential savior for the Ukrainians in regards to this war that Russia is waging against Ukraine. That's all for this video about Elon Musk activating Starlink satellites for Ukraine as his support, and thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on Elon Musk and his companies, make sure you click the subscribe and bell button.